Okay, we return. High war exhaustion with the brand. Almost going to get kicked out. Landing a planetary invasion after having finally flipped this system. We're going to bombard the Dragonrot domains. We're going to invade the Prophet's Fall. And we're going to try and get this, which will open a connection to the Sensali Jotun coalition or alliance here, who are currently weaker than us with fleet, but they have a big economy and a lot of territory now. The Choya are nearby that really don't seem to be connected in any way. Maybe we'll meet with the Choya here later, but we're going to finish this this war here, and hopefully in the best way possible. See some of our first ground combat. So let's land and see what we've got. Prophet's Fall is here. So when you start landing your armies, you can see that from the transport fleets are like these drop pods. You can see them falling down very slowly here. You see those? And what they'll do is they take a few days to get down. That means that you're vulnerable while you're doing this. Someone might come and attack you. And then when they finally land,
are making planetfall.
We are involved in an invasion. So here's the invasion screen. We've landed 5 armies. They only had 2. But our invasion armies on the average are weaker than their defense armies. We have a general. They did not assign a general to this outpost. I mean, I think they claimed a little bit too much space. So basically, each ring is a bit like a ship we saw before, and the health will slowly recede in a circle around it. And then when the health is all gone, they're dead. This is the front line. There's also a back line. So only so many armies can be fighting at once. And what you might like to do is retreat an army, put it in reserve for a moment. And you'll see that your general does that sometimes. This is quite a small it's not a small conflict. It's multiple armies fighting one another all at once in a massive way. But yeah, they might retreat and then you can shoot them, you know, across the front line. Basically, people fighting in the front lines defend people who move to the back lines. You guys will see that in a second. You'll also see that their morale... Here you go. So he's disengaged. So we have to break through the 15th branded to destroy the 19th branded. By the way, that means that across their whole empire, they've got at least 19 armies. We're just dealing with 2 of them here at the Prophet's Fall. And by the way, this will be our planet if we can deal with this. I mean, we won't be able to mingle with these guys. They're just mindless abominations trying to destroy everything. So we will have to kill them all. This is not an occupation army that is just gonna, you know, try and bring them around to our way of thinking. We are gonna destroy them. So there's planetary devastation here as well. We will be devastating certain areas, places getting destroyed as we are unfortunately breaking them. Now let's have a look at the Dragonrot domains. These guys are getting bombarded. You can see the top of the planet here has all these, you know, beautiful impacts going on them. So the fact it's being bombarded... Sorry, I just clicked the gas giant. This is so cool, by the way. Look at these moons in orbit of the gas giant that the brand have put themselves on. So the planet has very little stability. As it's getting bombarded, it will lose. It will gain devastation. It loses houses, amenity, trade value. It's not a very big planet anyway. You'll see that they have a hive core on it. They have spawning pools. They were trying to build some other stuff. And we're just going to bombard the hell out of it. They do also have some districts, some mines and things. And what that's going to do is soften up their armies. Can you see this army is actually taking damage? This one has 3 armies in defense. And what I'm going to do is try and kill them. So that when our other armies over at the Prophet's Fall win, which they will in a second, they're going to kill these guys. There you go. By the way, that wasn't... Look, these guys are experienced now. It's been so many days that they're getting experience and they're becoming stronger. But so are my guys. See? Now that we're experienced... We are better, and we will take our experienced armies that have learned to fight at the Prophet's Fall. We will take them to attack at the Dragonrot domains. This disengaged army is going to die now in a second. And we have claimed the planet.
War report. Enemy planet secured.
So, good. Now, if you have a look, what we can basically do is... How many populations there? There are 17 populations. We can leave some armies in place... Occupation armies to monitor these 17 pops. That's a lot of pops, and we've got to like basically kill them if we want to deal with anything here. But for now, let's immediately come over here and take this planet. If we own the starbase and we are occupying all the planets, this will be our territory. But it all comes down to whether this army of 240 can take out their army of 247. So we could wait and bombard for a little bit longer so they're a bit weaker. Or we could just go for it. I'm going to go for it. Because we're running out of time. I don't know how long till the war is over, but we are running out of time. And we need to exhaust them more. Otherwise, this is just going to end as a status quo. So, let's land. There we go. Down we go. I think we're landing. Yeah, that's it.
Our forces are making planetfall.
So we are 254. They are 244. It's our 5 versus their 3. But again, defense armies are stronger. They have 2 defense armies and 1 assault army. We have 5 assault armies. Hopefully these guys get disengaged. Every time one of your armies dies, there's a chance that the general was with them. And the general will get killed early. So if that happens, you don't want that at all, because suddenly you lose your general and all the armies all at once lose all the general's perks and everything, right? This guy's only a skill 1 general. You could do with a bit more work, to be honest. But okay, so that's that planetary invasion. I really want this. When the war ends and the borders close again, I want to be able to have safe route up here. Speaking of which, human Jotun, we are all pieces of the puzzle, and that calls the greatest minds for us to solve it. These guys will no longer consider us irrelevant as soon as we take the system. You can see we're close to them. They are now wary to us. A cautious attitude, and they're wary because whatever they've done, they have become pathetic to us and inferior. So they have got a lot of territory, but I think they've probably got problems with empire sprawl and all kinds of different factions. These are xenophiles that tried to embrace xenophobes. I'm sure they're struggling in a lot of ways. They've got a lot of internal problems. We could take advantage of that and sweep through them if we wanted, but that's not the kind of people we are. What I want to do is, you know, defend them, and I want them to defend me. Like, so I could guarantee their independence. If they're attacked, we will automatically come to the defense. But I don't want to bite off too much more than I can chew right now. Let's just make sure that we continue trading with them. I'll give them communications and an active sensor link for all this time. I don't know why it's not been 30 years. It feels like the deal is ending. Oh, you bastards! All right, peace just got forced. Oh, damn. The war is over. There can be no victor this time, they say. We'll accept this for now. We were too exhausted to keep going with it. So what you guys just... I really am disappointed in this. What you guys just experienced is one of the things that people really don't like about Stellaris. And that's war exhaustion. Which is kind of like this artificial BS that goes over the top. You know, they clearly still had fleets and star bases. I clearly still had fleets and star bases. But there's like this annoying over-the-top mechanic that forces things to happen, like to end. It can add a bit of tension as you're racing against it. But, yeah. What? We have lost administrative control of Prophet's Fall to the Branded, who controls the starbase. Oh, right, yeah. Okay, sorry. We had landed people on Prophet's Fall, but this is no longer our system, so we've lost it. So the brand gets this back, and we cannot be here. And we can't kill them. So, yeah, welcome to War Exhaustion. It's annoying. What I'd like to do is play some other mods or something, or other versions of the game that are less vanilla-like, that sort of refine and change that. Paradox really needs to look at that mechanic, I think, because it's not too fun for a lot of people. I mean, I acknowledge why it's there, but, yeah. We'll have to come back for another war very soon. That's fine. Now that peace has been forced, okay, we won't be able to declare war for a few years again. And in that time, they won't be able to close their borders to us, and we won't be able to close our borders to them. So what we could, in theory, do is now send our science ships in to learn about whatever happened and all the various conflicts that happened there. But we'll leave it for now. Glint's Lair remains in brand control. And what I will do is take my fleets back home to repair them. We got some experience, and, you know, we learned a few things. We could sneak a science ship out there now to learn about this area of the galaxy. But let's go back into a phase of peace, I think. I'm so worried about this colony here with a fucking dragon hanging over it. But we'll see. Okay, let's give these guys a gene clinic. Now, gene clinics will give us medical workers. Medical workers take consumer goods, which we obviously need a lot of right now, I know. But they turn it into amenities and pop speed, which is very good. So we will do that. We are up to 2,000 food again. So let's encourage planetary growth there. Let's just keep getting people to grow and build. We've just unlocked a new thing. Reach for the stars. The frontiers of our nation are being pushed ever forward. Soon, nothing in the galaxy will be under our grasp. All the star bases we're about to build in this wing of the galaxy are going to be cheaper. So that's good. Let's speed the game up a little bit here. That was their offer, their response. Now, did the trade deal go through? I think for some reason. Maybe we are still in a trade deal with them. They still know unidentified empires. Now, we could ask them to talk to us about those unidentified empires. Oh, yeah, look. I do have all those trade deals going. Why are they not trusting me more? I'm not sure. Anyway, their economy is equivalent to mine, but I have a lot of food, so that's good. Right. Let's encourage planetary growth on Earth again. I mean, it only lasts for, 120 months is a good length of time. I mean, it's 10 years.
Knowledge
I feel like
is
I'm
the key
refreshing
to
that
the
over and over and over
universe.
again. Okay, plasteel armor, an elastic material that combines many of the qualities of plastics and metal. It's relatively cheap to produce and can be used to augment ship armor. New type of starbase. Oh, new strike craft. Or more engineering research. Engineering is getting pretty fun here. Or new thrusters. Let's just get this for now, and we'll look at some of those other new ship varieties and build things later. Now, what is this? Shh. The Choya are here. All right, so here's a Choya ship. Oh, God, I'm going to sneeze. That's me. Sorry about that, guys. So here's the Choya. And it looks like they're doing science. They're not doing science. This is a military fleet. What are they doing with a military fleet in my space? See, now, if we hadn't communicated with them and learnt about how to talk to them from those others, we could fight with them. So the Giants just declared the Brand their rival. Now here's a problem. If the Giants attack the Brand, they could take this for themselves. And that would not be good. So we have to watch that. By the way, they declared them rivals. We should probably do that too. So to declare a rivalry, what this does is it means that we can fight each other over animosity. It means that our diplomatic relations will deteriorate really heavily, but we get influence from it, so we can do more. But the thing is, you're basically making enemies by declaring rivals. It's okay, because they were always going to be my enemy anyway. It's one of the reasons it's kind of hard to play as a devouring swarm, because you can play that kind of empire. The thing is that they start very, 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 very strong.
Ship upgrades applied.
And I think we kind of got lucky with this one here, which is good.
Ship upgrades applied.
So, are you building yet? Okay, you build that.
We are being hailed.
Oh, we're being hailed. Oh, a research agreement proposal. We have much to learn from each other, human. We propose the creation of a research agreement between our empires. Okay, I'll do that. That will improve my trust with them. So what this will do is mean any text that they've learned, because they could be specializing in different stuff and learning different stuff. Whatever they've learned, I will be able to research faster. And whatever I've learned, they will be able to research faster. So what this is actually, this is not beneficial really to me, because we know that they do not have as much research potential as we do. When we looked at them before over at the Runestones, they weren't very smart, were they? They weren't ahead of us in technology, which kind of sucked. But it does mean that we will be able to get a little bit closer to them, and they'll be a bit happier with us, and we can propose some kind of alliance. And they might fight with us and all those kinds of good things. And we won't have an enemy, which is good. Now the Brand is sending its ships to examine our systems, which I don't like. But I can't really do anything to stop them for now. Okay, construction ship. You build all of these, please. You are moving there. You can start building that straight away. It'll cost us a little bit more influence because we are kind of leapfrogging, but whatever. Okay, now this science ship has done everything I told it to do. So you science here, here. Didn't really find any anomalies. Do you guys notice that? It's kind of interesting. We found some archaeological sites, though. You were told to research Earth, assist research at Earth, and you did not. Oh, no, you're all you can eat. Oh. Oh, no, I think you were told to, and then the dragon attacked you, and then everything got a bit messy, so that's fine. You can just go back to Earth for now. And we'll play with you a little bit more in a moment. Okay, so let's keep the game going nice and fast here. This construction ship... There's 3 of them on this one system. What have I done here?
Construction completed.
All right, you good. You've built that. You can now build that.
Construction
You good.
completed.
You've built that. Oh, you're already queued for doing that. You.
Construction completed.
Don't keep moving. You can just build this straight away, mate. Go for that. Who else is idle? You're idle. Well, you can build the stuff in that system. You're idle. You can build this over here. All right, the Great Expansion, we will call this. We cannot do these two. These 2 systems here, not very good.
Construction completed.
But later we might be all right. Okay, a commercial pact. The offer to form a commercial pact with Giant's philosopher Polity was timed out and I declined. Sorry. They wanted to do a commercial pact with me? I'm not actually sure what a commercial pact is. So you can see we're starting to fill up here. What is the Rothak civilization? I think these are primitives. Fragmented nation states. A collection of fragmented nation states that connect with each other for military dominance. Sorry, contend with each other for military dominance and economic advantages. No unified global government exists here. Yeah, so these guys, these are primitives. They're a primitive civilization in the industrial age that live on this planet that we haven't, like, researched. There's loads of pops of them. That's crazy. But as you can see, they don't really have good technology. They don't really know what they're doing. So, I'd like to meet my own primitive. There should be plenty of primitives around. These are the only ones that I've found so far, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, we'll keep exploring and maybe we can find some. You can do all kinds of fun things with primitives. It's a big part of, well, kind of a cool part of Stellaris. There's a lot of fun things that are possible. Right, we don't have the influence to build that starbase all the way over there just yet, but that's fine. We'll just keep these guys moving.
Construction completed.
This is the era of construction ships that should be active. That's what I believe this to be. So you can keep moving over to here. With 1 more influence, we could build that, but I think we got someone else on that job anyway, so that's fine. As for our fleets, we can merge you guys together. Good, and upgrade you and send you wherever you want.
We are being hailed.
And let's send that guy back there as well. All right, we're being hailed. A commercial pact invitation. They've tried it again. Here at the Giant's Philosopher Polity, we are consistently deliver more for less, and today we would like to offer you a deal you simply cannot refuse. A commercial pact with us. Tell us you can't refuse. So this is like a new thing to do with trade. I guess I'll just say yeah. We'll see what they want to do. I don't know what they want to do, but we'll see. We have a trade deal with them. We have a commercial pact with them. We have a research agreement with them. We have loads of stuff going on with them. So they're starting to like us. Look at that. Trust is 1. Look at that. Trust of us changes by +1 each month due to the research agreement that we have. And so they're going to start to like us more. We also have mutual rivals. So look, we can start to do things now. I can offer them a defensive pact. They might not say yes, but I could do that. I could offer them a non-aggression pact, which means I can never attack them. But they can't attack me. You can break the pact, but they'll get really pissed off if you do so. So the commercial pact with the Empire, if we have any branch offices on their planets, they may use the expropriation casus bellium. I think that the thing is, basically, I can establish trade offices and stuff on their worlds, but I thought that was only if I was a mega corporation. So there's a type of empire. You see this corporate tab here? Yeah, we can't do that. If you play as a megacorp, which is like an empire where it's, you know, just like Google has taken over the world. If you do that, you can find other empires and just establish buildings in their own territories in the name of trade and stuff. Like, it's a whole other mechanic. These guys are also not a megacorp, so I don't know what that commercial pact realistically is doing for us or for them.
Ship upgrades applied.
But we'll see as time goes by, I guess. So these guys can just chill here for now. We could get a new type of starbase soon. We can finally get the Starhold. Do you remember a long time ago we saw the whole Starhold thing? Well, that can happen. Consumer goods we actually do have a very real problem of, so we should probably deal with our planets a little. So over on Earth, we could create another civilian industry. Or we could do that at all you can eat, maybe. Their planetary growth is still not encouraged, so let's keep that going. Let's just keep encouraging planetary growth wherever we can. I really feel like they're running out early. Maybe we did it 10 years ago and they all ran out all at once. So here we can put a building. I'm definitely going to put consumer goods on this place. So civilian industries, a wide collection of civilian industries and manufactories where a variety of goods are produced. So basically, they'll take our minerals and they will turn them into, you know, TVs and stuff like that. We found an anomaly out in this new area of uncharted space. Class 12 asteroid orbits this planet. The small planetoid's orbit appears far too stable for its presence to be a natural occurrence. Okay, well, we can try to research that. It says there's a hostile fleet. Yeah, okay, that we know about that. That's fine. We'll leave the dragon right next to our homeworld for however long. The colony itself, we can continue trying to help develop. But we have to clear space for stuff. So here's another thing we can do, by the way. If we look at Earth, you'll see that it's an empire capital. The capital planet of an interstellar empire is a vast complex of governmental buildings, bureaus, and agency headquarters. If we go to all you can eat, you see it says it's a tech world. And so research labs will be built quicker and research upkeep will be, but that doesn't really, we don't care about that. That's ridiculous. So here's what we can do. It says that the colony designation has been picked automatically. If I click this though, I can tell it what I want it to be. And there's loads of different kinds of worlds that give you loads of different perks. So there could be urban worlds and mining worlds and agrarian worlds and generators and forge worlds. There's loads. Fortress worlds, just about armies and defense. There's loads of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it. So a rural world is kind of just good for the generic district agriculture or generators or miners and workers are good. But I want to specialize it even more. I'm going to make it an agri world. This is a picturesque pastoral landscapes featuring flourishing crops effaced only minutely by the ever-present scent of fertilizer. So this will increase our farmer output. So I'm going to make this an agri world. Okay, I don't know why it picked a research world by default. But there you go. So now our food is even more. We're getting 83 food. Nearly all of the food of the Empire is coming from here. But we want to be careful because if we let this place fall, then we're going to starve. Okay, so over at the anomaly, which we finished really quickly, for some reason, someone has lowered an asteroid into stable orbit around Propus 6. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, although they have long since been rendered inoperable. Whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but these operations were seemingly abandoned shortly after they began. So, we've just learned that basically there's some more engineering research we can do there forever, and we can find out why they did that or what was going on. Okay, what else is going on? Nova Earth. This is considered just a colony world right now. It's just about pop growth, and that's fine. The safety-checked alien factory. Cost and effort goes into making sure an alien factory is secure to work in. Great. But we can put a building there. And there's quite a bit of unemployment, honestly. This place is benefiting us in no way right now. Let's give them a mining district. Or maybe a generator district. What do we want more? Probably we want money more, right? Because we only have plus 11 on the money right now. I love the look of this planet. Nova Earth is cool. Look at that place. It's so badass. Looks like there aren't any other planetary problems to deal with right now. There is this idle construction ship, though, who's been waiting for the order to spend the influence on that. So you can build this outpost. One day maybe upgraded. It's building it all the way over there. One day maybe upgraded into some kind of starbase. You know, really important starbase. Okay, good. Disruptors. Disruptors fire high-energy bolts that weaken and destroy the molecular bonds that hold the target's constituent atoms together. They are capable of passing through shields and armor to wreak havoc directly on enemy hulls and crew. So basically, a disruptor will only go into specific slots, but check it out. It has shield and armor penetration. What does that mean? It means I ignore your shields and I ignore your armor completely. Here's the thing. If you have like a mixed fleet that has like some disruptors, but everyone else has like conventional weapons where they are still going through the shields and the armor, this is kind of not that good. Because if you think about it, while you attack, we'll keep the timeline going. While you attack, some of your guys are hitting shields, but pointlessly because the disruptor's just going to kill it anyway. Or the disruptor kind of did nothing. You know, it can wear them down a little bit early, but if you lose before you get through, then it doesn't help. Does the logic make sense? I've described that terribly. I know I have, but think about it, guys. Really, you want to spam a lot of disruptors? I think. That's how I've always played with them anyway. Next time we get into conflicts, we'll be careful about that. Let's get the increased survey speed for our science ships here, the Curator Exploration Lab, and we can customize our science ships with those. That'll be pretty fun. Quite happy to do that. This construction ship over here isn't really doing anything. So you notice there's lots of ways to customize lots of classifications of ships. The question is, why would you do it for construction ships? Well, not really. There's no point, to be honest. Construction ships are construction ships, and there's not much more you customize with them. There's not many techs that speed them up or whatever. Okay, we definitely have a low stockpile of consumer goods now. The game has just warned me. That's very true. What I'll do is just spend some money buying some from our civilian sector. Or, do you guys want to try and maybe buy some from the giants? In a world so vast where the entire civilizations are like single threads in a weave, it is one of the great fortunes that the giant philosopher polity and the United Nations of Earth would end up intertwined. Oh, is it really? They're cordial. Look, they like me. They're amenable to peaceful coexistence and trading with us. Great. So they're not going to fight us, which makes me very happy because this can be generally quite dangerous. As long as we're not too weak, we can be okay, I think. So what I'm going to do is offer another trade deal with them. What I will give you is food. Okay, I will give you monthly food in abundance. I will give you 30 monthly food if you give me some consumer goods. They don't have the consumer goods to trade. They don't want to trade them. You bastards. Well, I'm not just going to give you a handout. You can do that, by the way. You can give them handouts to make sure they stay strong. If they're an ally of yours and you're like, you guys are not doing well, you need to manage your economy better, please don't crash or whatever, I could just straight up give them money and hopefully get them back in line, which they might need. No, they don't need help. Look, they're once again equivalent to us. Their economy's equivalent, but they're technologically very weak to us. But that doesn't matter. So I can't invite them to a federation until later when we start dealing with one of the tradition trees that we could pick up is to deal with federations, and I haven't done that yet, so don't worry. We'll deal with that later.
Construction completed.
Okay, you've built that. 10 energy, beautiful. Do love it when I get a profitable system. Sorry, is someone else already building this? Because we have 2 ships here. Okay, you build those. You go south, get ready to take this land. You are building all of those and then going down. That's fine. Oh, no, there's 2 of them. Yeah, so that's fine. The UI can just be a little bit weird with stuff like that. And overall, I think we're okay. Nova Earth has got some kind of situation. Lots of unemployment, but they're building a generator, so we should be okay. I do have a problem with the consumer goods. I can't just buy some and then expect the problem to go away. So I think Nova Earth should probably work on that. And I'll build that first, actually. It's going to take a long time, but hopefully we don't get into a crisis in the meantime. You guys built that gene clinic nice and early, didn't you? You have unemployment as well. Let's put a city on there. A city among the ruins of the pre-existing cities. Well, it felt like there was a lot happening before, and now we've finally chilled out. Okay, let's speed the game up. Get building.
System survey concluded.
And what we can do as well, I think, is we'll head on over to this shipyard, and not this shipyard, sorry, this starbase. Let's come back here, and let's build up another science ship, and he can do more archaeology because we don't have too many science ships. I'll collapse the military
fleet. We have detected an anomaly.
Okay, a colossal impact crater. Hints that something big collided with the surface of this planet once. Alright, so we can research that. It's interesting, the up-down plane. I feel like the game could have done more with that. Sometimes you get really interesting setups on the galaxy map where it's like, there's a star really high, there's a star really low, and the only way to get between them is a hyperlane that connects them. So there's like an up-down hyperlane. I've actually had that before. It's very rare. Generally, they keep it all quite flat because I think most players get very efficient-minded with this game and they don't like flavorful things like that. They just want to be able to control the game really easily and they don't care about these other things. Like, I'd quite like a UI mod, to be honest, that, like, when you look at a planet, I'd like this art to be bigger. And I'd like the art representing my empire to be bigger. And there's all these kinds of little things. But most people care only about function, not flavor with the game. A massive crater appears to be the result of a collision with a starship. From the size of the crater, we suspect that a ship exiting a hyperlane at maximum velocity rammed the planet for reasons unknown roughly 10,000 years ago. The UNS Noble has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash site, reminiscent of a collapsed hyper-particulate field, but as the ship itself disintegrated on impact, the theory cannot be verified. Remarkable. 2 planets here. This could be really good. There is a wormhole here. So you might think that we're safe, but we may not also, because someone could come through that wormhole. The technology to get in and out of those may not be as far away as you might think. Let's grab this.
Research concluded.
He's eager and he'll be cheap, so let's just do that. All right, you want to do some archaeology, my friend? Last time we found a dragon. Let's see what we get this time. So, where is the archaeology site
War
here?
has erupted.
I'm not sure. All right, what did that just say? War declaration. The brand has declared war on the giants. Now we'll see which empire is stronger. Okay. They couldn't beat us, so they're going north now. Look, we can still research the debris over there. In 5 days, it runs out. Can I press my advantage? I can't until the year 2241. So we got to wait 6 years. How will their war be going in 6 years? I might do something a bit scummy here. I don't know. It depends. The brand might win this, so I want to get in there and help the Coden. Can I guarantee their independence at this point and get dragged into the war? I wonder, because I kind of want to be in that. I also kind of want to expand for a second. I'll be selfish. What I would like to do though is have the Jotun weaken them. And then I'd like to strike at them and claim the territory for my own. They won't like me if I do that. And we'll start getting a bit of border friction from being close to them. But I want that for me. I want that for the United Nations of Earth. We're starting to get quite big, guys. We've actually spread, as of this moment, I mean, it's kind of true. We've actually managed to get to the other edge of the rim. Now, how's our empire sprawl going, by the way? I think we're all right for now. What did we just research as well? Society, we researched... Oh, the planetary capital. Right, let's see what this was. Robust frameworks for local governance created on a per-case basis to meet each colony's needs. For colonial centralization, a sprawling complex of bureaucratic structures that acts as the administrative center for a major colony. Now, what that means is... And we got the Hall of Judgment as well. A massive complex dedicated to courts and law enforcement. If we look back at Earth, you'll see... that when we have 40 pops of humans living on the planet Earth, or any planet, we'll be able to upgrade the capital. The capital is like a mega building. If you just stop for a second, look at this. It gives us housing, amenities, administrators. The administrators do things. We get enforcers. It gives us loads of stuff, okay? And so this is like the ultimate building. You want to upgrade this as regularly as possible. And I'm looking forward to that, but we do need a lot more population. God, I'm just spreading humans everywhere, really. Speaking of more population, we've got 3,000 food again. Let's go back into our edicts. Healthcare campaigns? Oh, it costs money. I thought it cost food for a second. I don't know why. Well, it's okay. Let's sell some food to get the money to buy more healthcare campaigns and just keep people growing, keep them going and going and going. We want to keep up, right? And what we can do as well is if you go to the contacts panel, let's watch this scientist work as we do this. If you go to the contacts panel, you can see the general population of an empire. So these guys have 118. We're down here with just 68. The reason they're like double us is because they are 2 different territories, right? They integrated the Tengu with them. So you want to think about that. But overall, I think we're okay. The Choya have 51. See, they're around our size. These primitives have 20. The brand have
Construction
271. That's a lot of branded. That's a lot of fighting. Okay, more food from farmers. Do we want to just keep specializing? I think we do. The other one was naval capacity plus 30. By the way, there's two capacities. There's naval capacity and there's also fleet capacity. So that you can't dump all of your ships into one massive stack. It's called a doom stack. The devs tried to sort of break that up, so you need different admirals. The mechanic really doesn't work that well, I have to be honest, but there you have it. All right, the scientist has developed new skills. That's fine with me. I really don't like that dragon being nearby, but I don't think we're anywhere near to being able to take it out. It could take us a long time. All right, let's hit up a normal speed here. 4,000 minerals. I mean, is there anything that the Jotun want to trade, I wonder? Is there anything the Choya want to trade? The inscrutable tribesmen. Did I read this, by the way? The plants that rule this Choyan empire are extremely difficult to translate. However, they communicate with the Xenos they annex, uplift, or outright conquer. How they communicate with the Xenos they annex, uplift, or outright conquer remains a mystery. As such, they are prone to making unpredictable moves in diplomatic matters. So, they don't seem to be doing very well. The brand is hungry for them. They don't seem to have interacted with much. I'm guessing the Choya are a bit isolated, really. Let's think about this. If this system doesn't have a hyperlane going over there, I mean, they should have access north. We don't know what they have just yet. Okay. Nova Earth has a problem with unemployment. Man, come on then. It's alright. Once this generator's been built, I mean, you can queue up multiple at once if you'd like. Maybe I'll do that. Right, let's just keep the money coming. You guys make me money. Now, you see as I queue these generators, the amount of cities we can do goes down. That's what I was talking about before. And the brand's resistance. We can do a similar situation where there's unemployment. Give me money. We're kind of specializing for food, which we can turn into money. But hey, whatever. There's unemployment here as well. Put them into more mines. So we're starting to get enough minerals that we can really start just queuing up a lot of stuff. We're going to get a bunch more from there as well. Lots and lots and lots. What I really want is a planet out here. There's no colonies. There's nowhere we can... Oh, no, there is. There is.
System survey concluded.
Ah, okay, but hold on. This is the archaeology site that I was looking for before. Where's that science ship? Is he coming? Yeah, he is coming. So it's another ocean world. We're finding so many ocean worlds. This one looks a little bit different. Rocky world with nitrogen, oxygen, atmosphere with a natural beauty. Very pretty. Now, there is an idea in this game, guys, of colonizing a planet, but not doing any building on it.
Construction completed.
And you can make it into a resort world, basically, you know? It's like Risa or whatever. I like the idea of doing that one day. If you're a slaving empire, you can dedicate a world just to production of slaves. They're called thrall worlds. There's so many different kinds of worlds you can make. I don't know what's going on here because of the artifacts. So I'm kind of hesitant to have people come live here yet. There's impassable mountains, rushing waterfalls. We'll see with that one. I don't know just yet. Right, I'd like to extend the deal, but I don't have the money. So before we say no to them, let's sell some more. Oh, okay. I have to say no for a second, and then we'll reimburse them immediately afterwards. And let's sell some more again as well, actually. Now, here's what I'd also like to do. Let's hit up the solar system itself. And what I'd like to do is buy from them assistance in my research. It's costing us $2 grand now, by the way. They've bumped the price up. That's fine. We'll do it. I think it's worth it anyway. I need to be careful, though. Economically, I need to be careful. The numbers are getting bigger, but in all directions, they're getting bigger, so we have to be careful. Let's sell some minerals to get some money back. Let's talk to them again. I keep thinking I can talk to them by just clicking them. And we can say we would like to establish a mutual think tank. They say, yes, such a facility would benefit the advancement of galactic science. You may build this think tank at your starbase in the system you share with us. Our curators will come to mingle with your scientists. Okay, so we've unlocked the ability to do that. We could also recruit one of their scientists for $1 grand. We are willing to pledge the service of one of the most brilliant scientists to your cause. This is not an offer we make to just anyone you understand. A suitable donation will, of course, be necessary before traveling arrangements can be made. So what I'll do is I'll say yes to that. Excellent. You will now have unfettered access to one of the greatest minds of our time. So, we're really getting a lot out of them. Back over to the Azela station, which is currently more of a military station, but I'm gonna swap the crew quarters for the Curator's think tank. Very special building. By constructing a research facility entirely focused on learning from and cooperating with the Curators, we are able to make significant contributions to our scientific progress. So we get a lot of research out of this. Pretty nice, right? And I think that might affect the kind of rare text that we can get as well by doing that. Being with the Curators has really helped. I would say that technologically speaking, we're pretty advanced compared to most people. We're really rolling through them fast here. Like, look at this. 31%, 43%. We're getting a lot. And we have a new scientist. So, here he is. Kix the Brilliant. He is in our empire now. And if you have a look... Oh, I guess because he's just one guy, he's not going to appear on our species list. That's fine. But we have one guy. And what we can do is put him in a science ship. Or we can make him do research with us. What might be really fun is we're about to learn the Curator Exploration Lab, right? We could put him in a science ship with one of their own labs, and he'd be just like this epic guy. If you look here, he started at skill 5. He's very young. He's at skill 5, and he's got the Curator modifier, which means he surveys really quick and he researches really quick, even faster than our Sparks of Genius people. This leader hails from the Curator Enclave. His understanding of technology and exploration is unmatched. So yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll build him a special science ship and we'll have him go explore the world, and we'll see. We'll leave our main guys researching. But he would be good no matter where we put him. And as he levels, he could get even more traits. I really like that. That's very, very, very cool. He can be he's the first alien in our empire, all on his own. Pretty nice. Okay, so let's see what the construction ships are up to. You want to go north, but no scientist has explored north yet. So let's just tell him to follow the science ship for now. Science ship will whiz past him, he'll go on up, and we can deal with that. Oh, the science ship has finished all of their duties, that's why. Okay, so explore. I don't know how to get to that system, but I do know how to go to that one. So you can explore both of those and then come back and survey them afterwards, actually. In fact, survey it straight away. All right, that's kind of a weird, complicated order I've told him to do there. But he can move on. Now, over at the ocean planet, let's see what happens. Get to the bottom, it says. That's very pretty. A group of large predators indigenous to Veradamon 3 were recently discovered to have made a lair in the ruins being excavated. Dealing with these vicious animals will not be easy, but they are blocking the only route forward. Our archaeologists can look for an alternate path, but it will take time. So we do get decisions here, okay? I could spend 100 energy to remove the animals, and we would get 3 clues. Or we can just say we'll go around them. I'll remove the animals. That might upset our people. I'm not sure entirely. Anyway, apparently this is an easy one, so it shouldn't be too bad. It shows formations in the seabed of this ocean world that are highly unusual. So, hold on. There are formations in the seabed that are highly unusual, and now we found out there's animals. That's all underwater stuff, really, then. The picture was like of something on the surface, but that's not really what was happening. It's pretty cool. That what just inspired me as well. Oh, yes, I wanted to show you guys. So remember we've been collecting these minor artifacts? This whole thing with the rubricator ended up in a bit of a dud, I think. In fact, let's have a look at our situation log. No, look, Shard. The rubricator is guarded by Shard the dragon. She must be defeated before we can claim this powerful relic for our own. So we do have to fight that dragon at some point. I don't know how easy or hard that's going to be. We might be able to talk to the curators about it. So that's on hold, basically. That is an archaeology project. A survey that turned into an archaeology project that's turned into an event chain. So it's kind of like everything integrated there. That's a big one. That created a whole new system and everything. But we didn't get any big artifacts. Just so that you guys know, what panel is it on? I can't remember. I thought it was on the situation log panel. Oh, no, I know where it is. It's in this panel. So you got traditions, which we've been working on, right? Expansion is our next one. We'll get it in 7 months. The bigger our empire gets, by the way, the harder it is to get the more unity you need to unlock new stuff. So the more unity you need to invest in. The bigger the empire is, the more diverse it becomes, the less cohesive. Anyway, there's this panel here, relics as well. So you see we've got these big slots. These are basically like big artifacts. We can get major artifacts. And they're like, you know, they'll be like badass sci-fi tech and gadgets and weapons and fun things. And you can activate them for huge effects. They're a bit like edicts, right? But they don't cost you anything. You just activate them and then they'll go like on a big cooldown. So you might be able to use some great alien artifact to win you a war, right? We found none of these. We might find that the Rubricator is one of these. In addition to the major ones, these are relics, okay? There's also minor artifacts, these here. And we can do things with them. So we got 30. We can sell them to private collectors. Put some of our minor artifacts up for auction to private collectors. We can get money from these. So if I've got 30, I can sell one for 500 energy. So we can use this to, you know, put us out of debt when is necessary. Like I can sell 2 here. Celebrate diversity. We can display some of our minor artifacts to show the diversity of life in the galaxy. That will make us more xenophilic. And it will give us some unity. So we can spend 2 on that, just the ones, and we're done, right? Then there's also down here planetary decisions we can make. So let's go back to Earth. And remember the decisions, how we could encourage planetary growth, or we can distribute luxury goods to increase the amenities on the planet. We've had no amenities issues yet, right? Or we could declare martial law and all these things. There's this one here, right? We can send artifacts to museum exhibits. And that will give us lots of happiness and that will make our culture workers better at their jobs. The thing is, I don't have any culture workers on the planet. We don't have any of them. To get culture workers, we would need to change one of these alloy foundries, and it's probably time to do that now, to be honest with you. Into the Hollow Theaters. They gave us the culture workers, didn't they? No, they gave us entertainers, farmers, enforcers, clerks, soldiers, artisans, clerks, culture workers. Okay, the Octagon Monument. A monument to the first pioneers to venture into space. So these are like, you know, culture workers. We'll get some of those at the monument, and then we can give the guys working there some of our minor relics, and that will be really good for Earth as well. And we could be doing that on lots of our planets. Speaking of buildings, we can upgrade this now. We can build a new one here. There is a bit of unemployment. They could, in theory, work there. Consumer goods we're no longer in debt with or having issues with. But I think what we'll do... We could put some strongholds down in case we get invaded later. The Brand don't feel like too much of a threat just yet, especially if they're in another war, so I don't think that's too much of a problem. What kind of planet was this again? The Brand's Resistance? I mean, it would be appropriate to have a stronghold on the Brand's Resistance, so why not? Right, we get a new tradition. The Courier Network, increase our administrative capacity. Or Galactic Ambition, reduce our starbase upkeep costs. I'll go with this, the administrative capacity. A network of small courier vessels is a reliable alternative for transporting VIPs or delivering messages that can't be trusted to faster light communications. This will tie our far-flung colonies more closely together. Beautiful. So we can do that. And speaking of far-flung colonies, we'll be doing that in a second. We got the Curator Exploration Lab now. These onboard ship lab facilities incorporate advanced technologies from the ancient Curator Order to further increase survey speeds. We could now get AI-controlled colony ships, which speeds up our colony development speed even more. By giving control of the colony ship to an advanced intelligence, the crew and colonists can be suspended in a deep sleep. Let's do that. That seems pretty good for peacetime. Okay, now let's build that ship. So let's go to the ship designer. Hold on. That was not what I was expecting it to look like. Okay. Oh yeah, I think they changed this actually. I think when the game first came out, you could specifically design science ships and stuff. And you could change what kind of radars they had and fast and light drives and stuff manually if you wanted. But nowadays, I think it's all automated. So, let's have a look at our civilian fleets. We have plasteel armor on them. That's the UNS Armstrong. Well, what if I build a new one? What if I build... I mean, I kind of do anyway, because we want to employ our mushroom friend. So look, how about we build the ship at the exact same starbase? That is the one that's creating the think tank. So we'll build this science ship. We'll look at what the vessel is like. In the meantime, this construction ship can head all the way down to this place. This construction ship can build now that he's ready. Return to the station. And everybody's working away. They're all doing their jobs. So yeah, we can build this up. Keep the planetary administrations going. That relic world is crazy. It's so big as well, though. Okay, so the science ships come out. It's just appeared over here. Let's move to the side. And I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they changed it, and it's not an actual component anymore. Maybe just all of our science ships get that now. I'm not sure. It used to be a thing that you'd actually put on there. Anyway, here's our new ship. It came from the right place. Let's put the scientist in there. And let's have him explore. Let's have him survey just as much as this other guy is. You can start off with that system. Pretty sure we're going to end up near the Choya here. And until we find a way to break through here, the south areas of the galaxy will be a mystery. We can contain the brand now, along with the Jotun. And once we've done that,
completed.
I think that will be one dragon down. I did not actually expect to beat the dragons. I expect to be holding on to my teeth as best as I possibly could. All right, so we'll build this up. We can get the game going at a nice fast speed. Okay, additional research stations were constructed. That's what we were mandated to do with the most recent election. You notice I haven't been actively participating in a lot of the election stuff. I could if I want, but
Construction completed.
I don't think it's of too much relevance. Okay, the archaeology site. Close inspection reveals that the bottom of the vast oceans look exceptionally strange, more like the surface of a moon or an asteroid, completely covered in impact craters. Craters that tend not to appear on celestial bodies with atmosphere, and especially not on the ones with oceans. Further studies must be made. Okay, so let's go with that. We got a new engineering tech. Okay, that's just speeding us up. Okay, so here's a rare tech that will make our corvettes even tankier. You'll notice, though, what's happened is we're kind of moving beyond corvettes now. We're getting destroyers. So if I see this tech comes up, I like to get it quick because it will benefit the corvettes I have right now as I continue progressing up better kinds of ships. So I'm just going to grab that straight away. More construction. You can move up.
System survey concluded.
Because everything's done. You can build this. You can build... Oh, someone else is already building those? Yeah, I'm making mistakes with where I move these vessels, really. It's okay, though. You can go over there. That's not a problem.
Construction completed.
Keep building all this stuff. We're not in debt in any way. We're actually doing very well. I want more space. We can go a lot further, to be honest, than we are right now.
Construction completed.
This guy's got a lot of work to do. Build those stations and then build this outpost straight away, please. That other guy can just move on. What was this? The Choyan chieftain ended their rivalry with the giants. They may be on the path towards peaceful reconciliation. Well, that's good. Maybe they did that because the fleets are getting blown up. They're cordial. They're still equivalent to us. Someone's science ship was just here. I don't know who that was.
Research concluded.
How long before I can declare war on you bastards? Oh, it's so many years away. I've been playing so slow that it's taken ages still. Oh, here we go. This is a big moment. Okay, first of all, colony ship. Sweet. People can go into deep sleep. Let's pick up UV lasers. T3 lasers. Very nice. Ultraviolet lasers are an updated and more powerful version of their blue predecessors. Accurate and destructive. These weapons are capable of inflicting great damage. Cool. Now, this is a big moment right here. The Jotun have just proposed a migration treaty. The human people should not be prisoners in the United Nations of Earth, and neither should our own people be limited to inhabit our territory. Let us agree to remedy this. If I accept this, this will be a fundamental change in my territory. My people will migrate away. They will say, screw it, I don't want to live on broken gods near a dragon. I want to live in the giants' polity. And they will leave. And I can't really control that because I don't have, you know, let's see, what do our policies say again? Population controls. We can decide whether or not selective population, yeah. So it's prohibited. I can't tell you where you can or can't live. They'll just do what they want. And I can't resettle you either. So they'll just go wherever they want. But at the same time, it will be true of the Jotun too. Humans from Earth will be living alongside Jotun. I'm going to say yeah. And it will make us even more close. So right now our species tab says just humans. we will see Jotun appearing on our worlds now. Sometimes. It might take a few years. It might take a few months. I don't know how long it will take. But we're going to mix our populations. And the Jotun will have different traits. They'll like to live on different planets. They won't be very productive on my planets because we live in a very different kind of climate, to be honest. But if I colonize, if we get just a couple of Jotun, and I find like this Arctic world, this Alpine world, I can have Jotun that choose to be my citizens, Jotun in the name of the United Nations of Earth, right? That will actually colonize this for me. I'll put them on an Ark ship, and I'll put them in deep sleep under the control of administrative AI that I've set up and researched, and we'll go from there. Should be pretty good. Even more foods. So leader lifespan. Yeah, this is crazy. None of our leaders have even died of old age yet. How old is Mwanga at this point? Oh, did she pass away? I don't think she did. She must still be around. This guy, this governor, is out of a job. He's not been doing anything. I don't know where she is. Maybe she's not around. But okay, so we can assign a new governor if we. Well, okay, so if we want new governors to do new things, we would need new sectors. I'll deal with that later. That will be down the line. Basically, that lets the AI control large chunks of your empire once you get too big. Let's grab another 2 star bases. I think that's the best thing to do. Stellar expansion. Our future lies in the Sea of Stars. And we can get 2 more star bases. But yeah. Oh, in fact, no, that's an ocean world, and we can live there. No. It's actually, I think it's happened already. Alpine world, and it says our habitability is really high. Yeah, here it is. Look. Oh my god, and I got the Tengu too! I forgot, of course. They were already a mixed empire. So Tengu are coming to live here. So the Tengu like Alpine worlds, the Jotun like Tundra worlds, and I like continental worlds. The Tengu are natural physicists. And by the way, now when we hire new leaders, they might be Tengu. It depends how many populations we have and stuff. But we might get Tengu scientists. We might get Jotun generals. The Jotun are strong. They have better army damage. So we can start getting armies of giants instead of armies of humans to do our fighting. If any Jotun wants to ally with us, then fine. He can fight in our name. What I will say is that we might start fighting against humans if we ever go to war with the polity, which I don't think that we will. I think we'll be good allies and strong allies forevermore now, and we'll start defending ourselves, and we'll get into federations and all those kinds of things. But yeah, goddamn, that's awesome. Okay, so we can create some new worlds now filled with giants, and you know, we can mix with them. The excavation continues. But I think we'll look at that very soon with that mystery. I think I'll leave this episode here, guys. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. It's been a blast. And yeah, once we've claimed this space, we've pushed right up against the Choya and essentially have the branded surrounded. We'll find out why these guys aren't doing anything. We'll see if there's any more spaceborne creatures around, those kinds of things. Once we're at that point, I think I'm going to go for the throat. And we're going to try and take them out. I'll see you guys for that next time. Look how big we're getting.